Yo, what's up, my friends? Welcome into Crushing Fantasy Football. I am Bryce Lockridge, your host of the show. Guys, today I'm going to be giving you my Week 4 waiver wire must-adds. I have already listed them down in the description below. Obviously, we haven't played Monday Night Football yet, so any players that arise in Monday Night Football that are waiver wire must-adds, I will add them to the description after the game. All right, guys, I do appreciate you tuning in. I just wanted to let you know that in these must-adds, I'm not going to give you names just for the sake of giving you names. I'm giving you 8 must-add players, as I feel like all these players are legitimate must-adds for your team because they can help you out tremendously and help you win a championship. All right, guys, I'm going to get right into it, but if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell, and do give me a thumbs up if you like the video today. Leave in the comments below anything you agree with or don't agree with. And if you want to list your team in the comments below, I can give you a detailed breakdown as to who you need to add based on the construction of your team and the holes that you have and what you need to improve on. So post your team in the comments below and I will get back to you on that. Okay, guys. My first waiver wire must add at the wide receiver position. I love this one because I'm a huge fan of him. That's Desean Jackson, 34 years old, still fast as shit and able to take the top off any defense at will. And he has a competent Matt Stafford throwing him the ball now, whereas he had some whack-ass quarterbacks in Tampa Bay. I think that him being in a Sean McVay offense is going to benefit him greatly because Sean McVay is never afraid to take shots downfield, and the Rams have legitimate running threats, setting up play-action plays and deep shots downfield to Desean Jackson. Also, teams cannot game plan to take Desean Jackson out of the game because they have to worry about Tyler Higbee and Van Jefferson, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and all this plethora of passing weapons that the Rams have. So Desean Jackson cannot be beaten single coverage and will get some huge plays this year, score some long touchdowns, and he's a good flex play. He's still a boomer bust player, but he's a flex with tremendous upside, and you could definitely stash him on your bench. Okay, guys, next player you need to add is Emmanuel Sanders. This is by far the most important wide receiver waiver wire add for the week. His target share is going up. He's got a lot of targets in what is quite possibly the best offense of football in the Buffalo Bills. They are extremely pass heavy, and they seem to be spreading the ball around a little bit more this year. It's not going to be the all Stephon Diggs show like we saw last year, meaning Emmanuel Sanders is going to give you both a high floor and a high ceiling. He is by far, I cannot stress the importance of this enough, guys. He is by far the most important waiver wire add at the wide receiver position, so you need to scoop him up if you get the chance. Next one is going to be Christian Kirk. This one's awesome because I get to say I told you so, which I love doing. Christian Kirk had 7 receptions for 104 yards in this game. I did have him in my must-start players for Week 3, so I'm patting myself on the back for that one, as most people didn't see that coming. I had him in there because the DeAndre Hopkins injury, I figured, Kyler Murray seems to be spreading the ball around a little bit more, and this Jacksonville defense is absolutely terrible. So I just figured this game had Christian Kirk's name written all over it. It sure did, as he turned out a 100-plus yard performance. He has scored double-digit fantasy points in 2 out of his 3 games so far this year, and he's got front runner for MVP Kyler Murray throwing him the ball. So this is a waiver wire must-add for the week. You can definitely play him at your flex going forward. Next waiver wire must-add at the wide receiver position is going to be Terrance Marshall of the Carolina Panthers. Look, when the Carolina Panthers had to immediately take a 180-degree turnaround and become a pass-first team due to the McCaffrey injury, Darnold was looking for Terrence Marshall a lot more than he was looking for Robbie Anderson. This bodes well for the future of Terrence Marshall in Carolina, especially when McCaffrey is hurt, as he will be apparently receiving a pretty healthy dose of targets, and this Carolina offense is shown to be pretty darn good. I think he's going to have some opportunities to score some touchdowns, and he's going to be receiving 5 or more targets a game. He's going to get targeted more than Robbie Anderson, as Darnold clearly likes him as the number 2. I don't know what in the world's going on with Robbie Anderson, but you need to scoop up Terrence freaking Marshall. All right, guys, moving on to my running backs. I got to start with Chuba Hubbard because he's the Christian McCaffrey replacement. Chuba Hubbard is a very talented and competent backup running back. He's not going to receive Christian McCaffrey volume, as only Christian McCaffrey receives Christian McCaffrey volume. However, if he can get you 70% of the fantasy points that Christian McCaffrey was getting you, then he is an absolutely huge add on the waiver wire, and therefore will be the number 1 waiver wire add this week, barring some freaking insanely crazy thing happening in the Philly game. But Chuba Hubbard is going to be the number 1 pick on the waiver wire this week. So you probably have to have the number 1 pick to get him. And if you do, this is absolutely the most important player that you need to add, as he will come in and be a very competent replacement for Christian McCaffrey and get you big-time fantasy output. Okay, next must-add player is Alexander Mattison. Guys, if people in your league are paying attention, they should have drafted this guy or already scooped him off the waiver wire, because we know that Dalvin Cook gets hurt every single year. I shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny. I really feel bad for the guy, honestly. But Dalvin Cook gets hurt every single year. At some point, Mattison is going to step in, receive near Dalvin Cook volume because he is a very competent running back, and he's going to get you near Dalvin Cook-like numbers. This is easily the best handcuff in all of fantasy football, and we saw it this week. He stepped in for Dalvin Cook and produced, he had over 100 yards from scrimmage. He had a really good game. So, this guy is going to get you a lot of fantasy points. If for whatever reason he's still on the waiver wire, you need to rush to get him as soon as possible. Okay, and on to my quarterbacks. My most important quarterback that you need to add is Derrick Carr. Derrick Carr has passed for at least 380 yards in his first 3 games in every single game. This is crazy, guys. He's playing at almost an MVP level, which is crazy. If you said going into the season that Derrick Carr was going to be playing at an MVP level at any point during the year, you would get laughed out of the room. But if you said it now, you've got an argument. Derrick Carr is playing like an MVP. He's passed for over 380 yards in every game. And look, when this team doesn't have Josh Jacobs, all they do is pass the ball. So they insist on being an extremely pass-first offense when there is no Josh Jacobs. Even when Josh Jacobs comes back, guys, I think this is just going to help Derrick Carr, because it's going to help the overall efficiency of the offense, and Derrick Carr will be able to throw more touchdown passes. So I see the numbers for Derrick Carr being extremely high this year, and you probably drafted him really late or getting him off the waiver wire. So the value in Derrick Carr is just absolutely incredible this year. He's in the waiver wire in a lot of leagues somehow still. Guys, scoop this dude up immediately. All right, next waiver wire must add at the quarterback position is Kirk Cousins. Guys, Kirk Cousins has thrown at least two touchdown passes in every game, and the future looks bright for Kirk Cousins this year, guys, because he has a plethora of passing weapons. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, the rookie, Osborne. He's come in and done pretty well. He was pretty much silent this past week, but the point is it's a third passing weapon, and this team could really pass the ball successfully despite being a run-first team. So talent plus passing weapons equals add Kirk Cousins. You can stash him on your bench. I wouldn't say that he's an automatic plug-and-play starter yet, but he's very much trending in that direction. So go ahead and stash him on your bench and see what he's going to do going forward, as he might become your starter. Okay, guys, those were my waiver wire must-adds for the week. I wanted to give you, a description as to why you are adding these players, not just tell you to add them, and how you are going to plug them into your lineups going forward. Like I said, check out the description below for my list of the must-adds, and if there are any that are added in this Philly-Dallas game tonight, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the description below as well, so you know what players to add from the waiver wire in the Monday Night Football game tonight. All right, guys, I appreciate your time very much. I hope that this helped. Guys, like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up if you do like the content. Turn on that notification bell. And in the comments below, let me know what you liked about this video, what you agreed with, what you didn't agree with. And I really, I really would like you guys to post your team in the comments so I could see what actual team you're working with and know what players specifically that you need to add based on the construction of your roster. All right, guys, I do appreciate your time very much today. And, I'll catch you later.